Hey, what's up, folks? It's me, aka Justin, and it's been a very long time since the last time I made a video, but I decided, you know what, let me go ahead and start talking into this mic again. So, this is me running my suck for who knows how long about this experiment, this case study that I'm going to be starting and seeing through to the end. Taking one of my websites that has about 300,000 words on it and making about $2,100 a month and throwing an additional 700,000 words on it to see how much you'll make then. So that's it. That's the whole thing. I got a whole PowerPoint here. It's got a few slides. It's going to be me talking. It's going to be a lot of kind of fluffy, quote unquote theory type shit. Let's look at it. So it's a case study for your asses and a brief history of the website. So here's where I messed up. I had like 12 videos, like a case study that I had put on Builder Society, and it was there, and I thought I had put them private, but I guess I completely just deleted them entirely. So don't have them anymore. This would have been like the next kind of iteration in that series, but since they no longer exist, we're starting afresh. So the brief website history, I started it in January 2020. I threw up a handful of articles, about 13,000 words if I recall correctly. And then I really just left it alone for 6 months. I didn't touch it. It was really kind of a, let me start this site. I lost interest, and then, July 2020, I'm interested in it again. And I dumped more words on it. And next slide will have like screenshots or like graphs. They'll show like the trajectory and all that kind of shit. But and last but not least, there's no Amazon affiliate program, nothing like that. There's no display ads on it. And to be quite honest, it's not rated G. It's not cat toys and dog beds and microphones. It's other things. But I'm not going to get into what exactly it is because you know how that goes. If you're watching this, you know the game. There's some shiesty mother shiesties out there that will take your stuff and just ransack it. So anyway, here's some graphs for your ass. I started it in June of 2020. There's no reason to start it in January because nothing happened. I put up, the very minuscule amount of words, left it alone for 6 months. There's no traffic growth. There's nothing. It would have just made these graphs smaller than they already are with no additional benefit. So as you can see, huge, let's see. Let's look at, make sure that all right, we got the mouse on here. Look at this one. I guess the total word count is in blue, and on all these charts, it's in blue. And it's just comparing, of course, users' revenue and total word count, and then individually and then all together. So as you can see, word count goes up, users go up, but then users kind of stagnate. But when users stagnate, revenue continues going up. And I'll talk about why that happens in the next slide. It's not no crow. It ain't no conversion rate optimization. It is simply because a lot of the platforms that I'm promoting and services and products, and I'm going to use those three interchangeably throughout this whole video just to make it easier. There is a somewhat recurring aspect to them. They're not true, SaaS MRR type platforms yet, but there is some sort of, there is some inkling of MRR thrown in the mix. So as you can see, again, the word count stagnates, revenue goes up, while users also stagnate. So it's literally just adding more to the pot every month. So it's really cool because I can earn more independent of my web traffic and independent of my website as well. Like I said here, if the website goes down, I still make money. So yes, again, most of the revenue is not tied to traffic. And this is the insights and hypothesis. There is, again, some MRR type opportunity here, but it's infrequent and it's also variable. It's not a consistent $20 a month, for, I don't know, we'll say $99 a month for like SEMrush. It's not that, and I get 30%, so it's $33 every month until they cancel. It's more like, again, some platforms do have that kind of situation where, hey, $20 a month, you get, XYZ, and I get, 20% of that, or 30, 55, whatever. Others are like, hey, this person signed up under your link. That's your customer now. So anytime there's a transaction, you get a percentage of that. So and some people spend a lot of money, or there's a lot of transactions, and other people are pretty infrequent with their transactions. And I say transaction because it could be spending, making, transferring, blowing up, whatever, and yada yada, whatever. So again, the users that come onto the site are just kind of added to existing users, and that just grows over time. I used to track how many signups I'd get every month, but I stopped doing that because it's really irrelevant. It's pointless. It was just an extra step in my monthly charting journey. So I quit doing that. And again, as I said multiple times, if the website went down today, I would still make money from the people that have already signed up. So that's really why I chose the niche and industry and all that kind of stuff that I chose, was because there was that independence. If a Google algorithm comes by and drops my traffic to 10 users per day, okay, that's fine. I don't care. And you can see there's variation monthly. We'll look at this graph. Variation monthly, it goes up, it goes down, revenue continues to go up, except for there. But that's all right because, whatever. Let's see. Now, what I want to do over the next few years really is continue diversifying my income and discover and really push heavily some true MRR platforms. So I don't, again, I can protect myself from the big G. I ain't talking about that one. I'm talking about the search engine. So true MRR platforms, you get a person to sign up, they spend 20, we'll give you 5 a month. All right, I want 5,000 more people to sign up so I can, make money. There's that. I do have some fleshing out of the existing platforms that are on the website right now. I thought I was kind of tapped out in my current niche, as you can see in the next bullet there. But I still have to kind of complete these current ones. And I'll talk in a few more slides. I'll talk about like what I do for every platform and kind of my whole process around that. And then, so in theory, if 270,000 words on average add an extra $140 per month. And of course, this is completely if everything was linear and in a perfect world where A plus B always equals C, then 1 million words, would that add an extra $600 a month? So, at the end of a year, 1 million words would add $7,200 in my pocket every, I don't know how to say this. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Next slide. So the game plan. Let's just look at this little picture on the right here. This is the earning, the income, I guess, the revenue for the website as of right now. And all these different lines are different platforms. And you can tell, there's some huge variation and huge variance between, I think that might have been redundant, between these platforms. There's this one, these first, 8 rows, from the red to the green are all kind of one-off product sales, one-off earnings, whatever. There is no kind of recurring aspect to them. There is a little bit, but it's mostly not. Whereas between green and blue, those are more in the wheelhouse of, hey, if you earn $102, in February, you should be at or around $102 in March, which is, true. 2019, 1239, 1138. It's all pretty similar. I want to, again, get some true MRR going on. I want to diversify this even more so I don't have these huge 11 and 600 that are really, if one of those platforms were to say, hey, guess what? Sorry, we're canceling. Then, the entire, I guess, website would just be in the dumps then. I don't want to deal with that. I want this graph to be like 50 lines of platforms, and they're all making, $200 a month. Something very, very even across the board. Of course, that's never going to happen. The whole 80-20 bullshit, yada, yada, yada. There's always going to be some clear winners and some clear losers right here. And then down here, I think this is I bought some software, and it's silly. As soon as I actually like recoup my losses, I'm just going to take it offline. Blah, blah, blah. This is Gumroad. I should be doing more with that, but I'm not. I think I'm going to get off that platform and move back to WooCommerce, and then Klaviyo for my email marketing, or might just take all that shit offline because it's really not earning. It's just kind of there. And this right here is an ebook I put on Amazon. Just like 5-10 articles that were just formatted to make an actual piece of knowledge that somebody could take, read from start to finish, and have everything they need to get started. And again, that's just kind of there. It's out in the void, and it's not select. It's not no KDP select stuff. It's these are from ebook sales and physical copy sales. So there's that. So again, all right, going back to this, the game plan. What's the game plan for the next 2 years or so? Again, I want to wrap up my existing niche categories. And the writer, I use an agency, super inexpensive. We'll talk about that in a few slides. That sent out. I'm waiting to get those back. I think they only had like one writer working on my stuff just because they were super good at it. I liked what she was producing. She got sick, so she was out of commission for about 2 weeks, but now we're starting to get those back, and I have a lot to publish. And then, with these existing niche categories, there's actually primarily two different niches that are earning. As new platforms come on, I'll go with my 4 to 5 article suite to publish, and I'll talk about that in another slide soon. Also, I found my next big niche to target, and I want to kind of get ballsy here, because it's very fucking competitive, and it's very fucking black hat. Like, the competitors these are the websites where I went and looked at some of them. They have, a 1,200 word article that they're ranking on the first page for, when other ones are like 4,000 words. And you'll look at their backlinks. And the other, the 4,000 ones are like, not New York Times, but like some real serious players, some guest posting on news organization sites because they got ties in with the owners of, the Albuquerque Times or some shit like that. Anyway, you should know what I'm talking about here. So these very fucking black hat competitors, they're the ones that are going out and, like, I don't know if they're hacking other sites or they are in with the webmaster, or somebody's doing web designs for these small companies where they have these companies, they go on their homepage, they put in size 3 font, white, here's a backlink, here's this thing, like, it's pretty absurd. I'm not going to do anything about it because there's nothing I can do about it, but woo, hot damn. Anyway, and also it's finding new audiences to sell my existing partnerships and, my affiliate partnerships. So for example, say you had a website about microphone reviews, and that was it, purely microphone reviews. Sennheiser E835 is the best microphone overall. Here's it is compared to the Behringer microphone. Here's the next to the Shure whatever. And then you're kind of done. You've done all the reviews, the A versus B, the alternatives to it, everything. And then you go, what do I do now? And then you go, all right, you know what? Let's go ahead and look at, let's tailor some new articles to an audience. So it's the best mics for podcasters. And then what microphone does Joe Rogan use for his podcast? And then you have that on there, and you just go down the list, boom, pump that. And then it's streamers, like, what's the best microphone for streamers? What streamer does, or what microphone does Ninja use, or whoever the streamer guys are? And you go down the line like that. So that's what I'm doing, and it's just finding these like super sub niche and micro niches that I can go, I can write 10, 20 articles tailored to them. And then in those articles, it's the call to action is to the existing partnerships. So going in and finding those, I found a few. I've already executed on. You know what? Let me go ahead and try and find this image. It's on my damn. It's on my. Let's see. Hold on a second. Copy this image. I'm just gonna do this real quick. Let's see if I can paste this in. Yeah. So this is what I've done. Like, this is a newer article that was published, and it's, as you can see, it's as soon as it was indexed, it started going. It started ranking. And this, this is one post, newer, obviously about a month ago, and it's starting to get traffic right away. I'm already ranking very highly. This is why I chose this niche, because it's very underserved. And I can go and just say, hey, this is the podcast mic that, again, Joe Rogan uses, and it's ranking ranking well. It's getting clicks. People coming on. More importantly than clicks is event tracking, which is how I track my affiliate clicks, and people are clicking on the partnerships that I have in that article. So that is amazing. So doing stuff like that. I think that's about it for this slide. So game plan continued. I'm going to try to publish about 30,000 words per month. And let me stop here real quick. You might have noticed that I don't talk about posts. I don't talk about publishing 30 posts per month because some of my posts are 500 words and they get thousands of visitors a month. My two highest performing posts are calculators. They are pricing calculators. And that, again, leads to people figuring out what the cost is and going on and clicking on and signing up and whatever. And they're, again, 300, 400, 500, 600 words each. So I don't talk about really post count because, yeah, it's pointless. In addition to that, I use a lot of reusable blocks in my articles, and those reusable blocks aren't counted towards post count, even though they do contribute to the overall, front end post count of an article. On the back end, it says 300 words. On the front end, you got 1,800 words because it's this boilerplate of text, this boilerplate text, this boilerplate text, fancy intro, a fancy conclusion, a little bit of here and there sprinkled in a mix, but for the most part, it's all boilerplate text. So post count doesn't matter. It's all about unique words published. And of course, that's at the whim of the writer producing those 30,000 words, costing, what would that cost? Whoops, wrong button. Let's load up the calculator. 30,000 times 0.025 for about $750 a month. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think it's on the next page. Anyway, so publishing, 25 to 35,000 words per month, ideally over the next, I don't know, what would that be, 2 years, 18 months, whatever it be, to reach that 1 million word mark. And then some of the articles I'm going to be producing, and I think I talked about that previously about my 4 to 5 article suite. It's basically going to end up being an overview / review of the platform or product or service that I'm talking about here, and that is the 3,000-4,000 word behemoth that goes into detail about everything. I like to have a separate post for, is that platform legit / safe / a scam / worth it / all those in their own article. And of course, being the affiliate that I am, I'm going to say, yeah, it's safe. Yeah, it's legit. No, it's not a scam. Or if they don't have an affiliate program, yes, it's a scam. No, it's not safe. No, it's not legit. Here's an alternative you should go to. And that's leading up down to here. Of course, alternative to platforms and platform 1 versus platform 2, those are not being outsourced. I'm doing those because, again, it's a lot of boilerplate. It's a lot of just comparing and contrasting the two. I don't need somebody else to rewrite what's already written in the overview / review. I can do that up real quick and pump those out. And I'm going to be kind of cautious about those because I did it in the past and it really doesn't really get the results that I'm looking for. But alternatives to platform gets amazing results, and I can probably I could say that alternatives to platform is phenomenal for traffic, for more importantly, sales, event tracking, stuff like that, clicks through. Because people are, they might not like SEMrush. And then your alternative might be Ahrefs or SERPstat or one of the other dozens of keyword tools out there. So alternatives to platform. But again, that's also going to be done by me because it's a cool introduction. It's a cool conclusion, and everything else in the middle is kind of like boilerplate. Here's why, here's about Ahrefs, and then maybe a chart comparing the two, and that's it. It doesn't need to be outsourced to a third party, or I'm paying per word when I could do it in about. The first one takes a little bit longer, and then after that, it's just swapping out the intro and conclusion. Also, cost calculator or some kind of calculator, if necessary. Calculators are powerful and they're super easy to create. And if you don't between alternatives to platform and calculators, those make up probably the bulk of my monthly revenue. If I was a smart man, that's all I would create. Alternatives to, I'd get alternative2.com if it wasn't already taken, which I think it is, and just do that and make calculators. And that's what I would do if I was smart. And then again, I guess for the last part, a few industry or niche specifics that I won't really get into, otherwise they'll just expose my whole operation, and then people will jack my shit, which I don't want ever. Next, I spend 2.5 cents per word. And I can get away with that because, holy smokes, that's been cooking. I spend that much per word because most of the stuff that they're writing it doesn't need to be fancy, sexy, cool. Here's what it is. Here's the 10 features you get. Here's the benefits. Here's how much it costs. They're going on the platform website or the service website, looking it over, reading it, going to the FAQs. All right, we're fleshing it out. We're organizing it in a way that makes it make sense for a user. We're tailoring it to the user we want to target. That's really about it. And it works. So to get 70,000 new words on the site, assuming I outsourced every one of those, it would be running about $17,500, which it's really not that terrible, especially considering down here, I've only put in about $3,500, between $3,000 and $4,000 in content on the site, and $1,000 of that was like a translation thing. Like I wanted to translate some of my articles because some of the platforms were more popular in different parts of the world, so I wanted to tailor it to those audiences. And it was a big fucking mistake, so I won't be doing that. I even did the Ahrefs and all that, or not Ahrefs, but hreflangs, all those, and set those up and learned how to do that. And it really wasn't worth it. So I don't think I'll be translating much anymore. And again, I plan on, this is taking more than a year. This is definitely going to take, I'd give it until April 2024. 2 years, two-year ordeal to get this rolling. Now, I've kind of tossed around the idea of like nearly maxing out my business credit card and just getting this rolling right away. Granted, the business credit card is only like $6,000 limit. But, if I put $5,000 on there, with how the site's earning now, I could pay it off in 3 months and then do it again and then, reach that point faster. And it's still in the books. It's still on the table. It's just a matter of I want to make sure that this new niche, which is again very, very black hat competitors, I don't plan on targeting, the big Dundada keywords. I plan on going for some small fries. If those start working and I start seeing results from those, then I'll probably do that and go fast and really dump some scratch into this shit. But as of right now, it's really more of a cautious, hey, it's making 2,000. Let's take about a third of that and put it in, reinvesting it. But speed is important if it's business. Especially with the MRR aspect. Again, if I start seeing results, it would be detrimental in the long run to wait and continue adding more. It would be much more advantageous, regardless of the inflation, or not the inflation, but the interest rate on whatever that CC would be. And I've also tossed around the idea of just going to a bank saying, hey, look, this is making this much money a month. It's been consistently growing month over month for the past, well, it's been growing month over month on average for the past few months. I want to ramp this up. And if I have the leverage to sit here and say, like, if it goes bust, I can still sell it. I can still sell the website for $45,000 and pay off. It's not. It's just I'm trying to go fast with this shit. So with that, I guess. I got the next bullet point was that you probably already read ahead, but right now, based off a 12-month average revenue, not profit, just revenue. So excluding all the content buys and all that. The last 12 months from March previously, the site is worth about 32 to 45,000, and that's only with the 25 to 35x multiplier. Now, I'm sure that with the fact that this website is not dependent on the traffic to earn, I could probably sell this mug for like 50x, like no cap. Like I'm not like I don't think it would be out of the wheelhouse to get a 50x multiplier for this. And again, that's off really small initial investment. And again, not all the words were outsourced. There's some AI content, a little bit, and then that translation mistake. And assuming that there's some linear progression, I know, and I know that there's no way that if you've made a website before to make money, that there is no A plus B equals C. That's not the formula. It's not 1,000 words or 100,000 words is equal to $100 a month. So 1,000,000 words would be $1,000 a month, whatever. There's winners, there's losers, there's algorithm updates, there's competitors moving in, there's programs and platforms dropping out, there's 1,000,001 variables that don't come into play. But assuming all those variables are non-existent, I truly do believe that in 2 years from now, assuming that all these words get published, I truly believe that 2 years from now, we will see at least the trend towards, 5 figures a month. If not met it, we'll be on the way there. And it'll be very consistently, hey, here's an extra, here's 500 more per month. It's 4,500, 5,000, 5,500, 6,000, and it just keeps going on that trend. So, holy smokes, 27 minutes, 26 minutes, 28 minutes, 28 minutes. I think we're done. I don't think there's anything more to say. Hopefully there's some people that actually watch this. I know I haven't put out a video in like 250 days. But I think we're back. We're going to be talking about niche websites. Let me go back. I'll just go back to this first. There we go. We'll bring it back to the beginning. Which we're going to be talking about niche websites, publishing content, AI writing. I'm starting to use that a lot. Well, not starting to. I'm using it more now that I've actually figured out, okay, there's some parameters you need to set. You can't just let it run wild. You gotta fuck around with it a bit. AI writing, I don't know, CSS. I don't know. We're gonna start making videos again. We're making videos again because I'm tired of being silent. We're back. Let me shut this shit down.